Hey, good morning, everybody. It's Colonel K. It's about 2 minutes to the hour. We'll stand by and let some folks join. Okay, the church bells are ringing in Oak Park. That means it is time for us to begin. Can someone confirm that you can hear me okay? Thanks, Jackie, and good morning. So I see a group of family members on. Going to go ahead and get started. I'll do a screen share. What I plan to cover today is first off, we're recording and be posting this on YouTube later and have the link for it as well. But we're going to be talking in depth today about our upcoming care package event. There's been a change to that from the last time we had our FRG meeting that I want to go through. And I'll be talking to that piece and some updates to the mission as well. So without any further ado, let me share my screen. We'll kind of go through the newsletter a little bit, and I will talk specifically about those changes from the last time we spoke. So please stand by and I'll share my screen. Any minute now. Okay. All right, that's not working. We'll do it this way. Cool. Sorry for the delay. Okay, can someone give me a thumbs up that you can see my screen? Thanks. Sorry about that. So I'll go a little bit, blow this up just a little bit. I could not get it to load with my PDF. So what you're looking at here is just the Facebook version. This is more of a note keeping mechanism as we go through, and I'm going to talk specifically about Operation Support Our Troops. Okay, so let me jump in, get everyone on the same page. Where we are at from the last time we spoke, last month during that meeting, I said, hey, we've organized with Operation Support Our Troops. We can volunteer online, and we didn't have the ability at that time to do a specific event for our troopers. We couldn't organize one specifically for the CAV. We went back to Operation Support Our Troops and we said, hey, we really want to do an event, if we can, that's just FRG folks. And if possible, we want to do an event that those FRG folks take a day and we load packages for our troopers. So a very specific and customized event. They came back and said, yes, you can do that, but we do have some restrictions. The restrictions that they put on us were we cannot have more than 15 people inside of their facility at one time. So after talking with Captain Irvin and Miss Baird, it was like, okay, well, why don't we take that day? If we've got an hour or the hours of blocks of time, let's take that 15. Let's have two groups so we can have a total of 30 volunteers, and it gives the maximum ability for folks to volunteer for this opportunity. So this is the big change from the last time we spoke. It is not, hey, you're just volunteering and you may be with some people you know or you don't know. This will be an upcoming event next Saturday where we have FRG specific folks that are going to be participating in care package packaging. And I'm going to dive into that. I'll give you the 5 W's and the timing and everything else. But that's really what I want to talk about today. And I'm going to go through the newsletter and we're going to get there. Before I get to that, a couple admin notes just on how the mission's going. We still have, I think it's 3 troopers that are still at Fort Bliss, Texas, if you can believe that. They have went through a coronavirus screening. They are ready to go. They're good to go. However, due to the travel restrictions and the quarantine measures, we still have 3 troopers that are still trying to make their way to Camp Lemonnier, Djibouti from Fort Bliss, Texas. And if you think about it, that mission's almost been going on for 2 months. So last time we spoke, I gave you an update, and we were getting general officers involved. We're still at that point. And I just wanted to say, generally speaking, that the mission is going well, but we still have a couple troopers making their way there. Second note for everyone, the mission itself, you probably saw on Facebook, and I shared some photos and linked some photos. They did a major training exercise about 3-4 weeks ago where the Charlie Troop individuals, specifically the IRF, they did a complete ramp up and a kind of a training exercise, a training mission to load up pallets of ammunition, load up pallets of equipment to stage everyone for a potential mission inside of Africa. So it's pretty exciting. They did extremely well with that. And I wanted to share the results as I've coordinated with people on the ground. And there's some pictures on Facebook of that. And it's actually pretty neat if you look at it. They're all kitted up, they're ready to go. And they do everything from muster to organize to actually load aircraft with everything they would need to go to respond somewhere in Africa. So wanted to share that with you, and that training exercise went very well. All right, gonna move on and jump back into our FRG event, and we'll talk here about our fundraising and what needs to happen. Okay. I'm going to build this from the bottom up. So if you're just joining us for the first time, that's fine. Some of this might be redundant if you were on the call last month, but I want to put everyone on the same page. The Operation Support Our Troops sends care packages all over the globe. Those care packages, to be clear, are absolutely free. They use donated items. What we have to pay for with the care packages is the shipping, and the shipping is $35 per box. We've done the quick math on this, and what we want to do is we want to send 20 boxes. We've got about 200 soldiers deployed, and a box covers down on 10 troopers. So you do the quick math there, 20 boxes times 10 troopers, we would cover everyone. My point in saying all of this is our fundraising goal is $700. I checked in on this goal last week. I think it was on Wednesday. We were at $300 of our $700 goal. Now, I want to remind everyone this is completely voluntary. Any shortfall we will cover internally. So I don't want anyone to think like, oh my God, if we don't meet this goal, we won't have the event. We're going to drive on. The event's going to happen, of course. We just want to have the ability to cover for it beforehand. There are 2 ways anyone can donate, and the donation can be anything that you want. It can be $5, it can be $20, whatever you're comfortable with. You can either donate with Venmo using the Venmo app. and I'll talk about that link here in just a second. Or you can send a check to the Charlie Troop FRG, and that address here is going to be on the screen as well. So just an update on the fundraising goal. We're at 300 of our 700. We've got a week to go before we get there. I think we're going to get close. And then any type of shortfall, we're going to address, and we'll ensure that we get those troopers where they need to go. So that's an update on fundraising.
Mike, can I jump in here real quick?
We'll circle back to the specifics on the Venmo and the address here at the end of the presentation. If you're not comfortable, or yes, Miss Baird, hand raised. I see you.
Okay? Yeah, can you hear me okay?
You're on mute.
Oh,
Still can't hear you. Maybe it's me. How about now? Try again. I got it.
Maybe, can you hear me now?
Maybe it was me. Go ahead.
Yes?
I can hear
Anybody hear me?
Yeah.
Okay. So I actually wanted to let everybody know that we actually got a very generous donation from Becky Krause, Commander Sergeant Major Stephen Krause's widow. And so she actually made the full donation of $700. She was sending the money over to the FRG, the unit over there in Aurora. So she said that, you know, Steve really would have wanted this. He would really wanted to, you know, take care of his former soldiers, new soldiers over there. So that is their contribution to, you know, the mission here.
That's incredible. Thank you for sharing that. I was not aware.
Okay. Yeah, I just got that information, and so she said she was going to forward that money for to the unit.
Excellent. Well, we'll look out for that next week, and that's great. That means that we've met our goal, and then we have some extra for whatever we want to do following it. So really appreciate that update, and wow, that really makes me smile. And I think I just take a moment here. You mentioned Sergeant Major Krause. Unfortunately passed away earlier this year from a long bout with cancer, and he was with our unit. He was with the Illinois Army National Guard for something like 25 or 28 years, but he was with our unit for a lot of that time. So a very special man, and that's really awesome of Becky.
Yeah.
Okay. Anything else, Jack?
No, I just I wanted to make sure that you were aware of that and everybody else was aware of that. So cool. We just really appreciate it. And I told her time and time again, over and over, like that's wonderful. And she and her husband were a big part of the unit for some time. So wonderful people.
Excellent. Well, thank you for that. I'll drive on and circle back towards the end for any other closing comments, but that's just great. Okay, I'm kind of overwhelmed. I got to get it together. Where was I? Donations. Here we go. If you're not comfortable or you don't want to donate cash, within the newsletter, and there's an attachment as well, where you can actually donate a series of items. A lot of it is non-perishable food items. There's some of it's listed on the screen here. Some of it's non-perishable food. Some of it's just kind of stuff that soldiers would need that can go into these boxes. I'll read through just a couple of items. They're in the newsletter, but it's generally speaking anything such as canned fruit, pouched chicken or tuna, things like drink mixes, that nature. They can be donated to any of our armories. We'll accept them locally, and then we'll make sure they get pushed to Operation Support Our Troops. Or if you live in the suburbs, specifically the western suburbs, you can go to Operation Support Our Troops location and donate those items directly to them. You can also mail anything that you'd like. All right. So a couple other notes here on our armories and our locations. Most of you are aware where your soldier is assigned, right? I just want to orient everyone that your local armory may be actually closer than where your soldier is assigned. We have armories in Kewaunee, that's out by Iowa. We've got an armory in Pontiac that's off of 55 south. We've got an armory in Dixon, which is in the northern part of the state. And then of course our home armory in Aurora. You can donate anything to those items. They'll be collected by that staff and pushed forward. All right, so this is the big push here. The first thing I want to cover within Operation Support Our Troops, I talked about the 5 W's. This is the way the Army does it. I'll give you the who, what, when, where, and why. And I'll also confirm for individuals at this time who we have in a list. So if you did volunteer, and if you still want to, you still can. But I just want to give you confirmation to say, hey, I sent this email. Did someone get it? Are they tracking my arrival? I'll go through that here in just a moment. So first things first, operations support our troops, the location, the where. Their warehousing operation is located in Lisle, Illinois. That's in the northwest suburbs. From Aurora, I would argue maybe about 25, 30 minutes, if that. So definitely a very drivable distance. And that address, full screen here, is this going to work? Yes, there we go. That address is 1989 University Lane, Suite A in Lisle, Illinois, 60532. That is where we will be meeting next Saturday. Now, as I mentioned, there are 2 time slots that we put out there. So now I'm going to get into the when. The 2 time slots we have available are 9 o'clock through 11:30, and then 11:30 through 2 o'clock. And what we asked was for individuals that are interested in volunteering to send an email to Charlie Troop FRG to actually RSVP so we can account for you. I got a brief list here, and I'm going to go through and just confirm who we're tracking at this time. Before I do that, Jackie, this is what you sent me, I believe, yesterday or the day before. Any changes to this?
So I believe I sent you an updated one last night. So that should be up to date. So it looks like we maybe only have one more open slot in the afternoon.
Okay, excellent.
If you have the updated list.
Very good. Okay, so then this is the list I'm going to use. And again, I'm going to take this moment right here just to confirm if you did volunteer. I'll give you that confirmation so you know when and where. So I'll go through the 9:30 to 11:30 time slot first. Miss Baird, tracking you. Mike Kowalski, I'm tracking me. I will go to Miss Alvarado, tracking. Miss Quirk, tracking. Miss Maple. Miss Rapp. Brian and Jax McKendry. And Ashley Behringer. That's who I'm tracking for the 9:30 to 11:30 time slot on Saturday. Now for the second time slot from 11:30 to 2, this is who I'm tracking. I will be hanging around for both time slots because I want to meet as many people as I can. So I will be there for both. I'm also tracking Ms. Kobe or Kobe, Mr. Krasnowski. I believe that's LT's dad. Looking forward to that. Ms. Cohen, Stephanie Cohen. Amy Carbine. Becca Colson, party of 2. Trisha Trilong. Amy Storm. Christine Hooper. And the Grobs. Looking forward to seeing both of them in the afternoon time slot next Saturday. So as Jackie had alluded to, we have filled up our slots. However, if you're listening to this and you're still interested in volunteering, go ahead and RSVP. We will work it out. We will make it happen. We have one opening in the afternoon that we can definitely fill. If you're concerned and you're like, I can only make it in the morning. Is it too late? I really want to come. Go ahead and email Charlie Troop FRG 106 CAV, and we will make it work. I don't know how. We'll make it work so that we don't have to turn anyone away. And I just wanted to confirm those time slots and who we're tracking at this time. All right, so we've done the where, we've done the who, we've done the what, and the when. Again, 9:30 to 11:30, or I'm sorry, 9 to 11:30, and 11:30 to 2 o'clock. Now we're going to get into the why, right? These packages, as we've kind of worked with the unit on the ground, we will have assigned packages by name broken out by 10 groups of soldiers. And these packages are going to be the ones that we're going to send directly to our troopers. I want to be clear, this question was asked last time, and it was, hey, the unit on the ground is split into 2 elements, right? We've got the folks with the IRF, and then we've got the folks with Viking Platoon that are actually supporting the Minnesota unit. Will we be sending packages to both? The answer is absolutely yes. We will be sending soldiers to all folks that are from Illinois, regardless of where they're assigned. They will have privy to a box. And I think we've covered the 5 W's of this upcoming Saturday, 10 October. So before I move on from here, yes, I've got a couple other things to cover, and then I'm going to circle back for any type of questions that we may have. So let's move right on to Soldier Spotlights. We've got a new trooper that's assigned to us. His name is Dominic Taylor, and that trooper took the position of our previous Sergeant Hazinski. We can recall Sergeant Hazinski moved downrange when we had some soldiers get injured, and we had to backfill him. Just wanted to take a moment and say that our new link between the unit on the ground and us is Sergeant Dominic Taylor, and his email's in here and his point of contact's in here. He'll be the one that we can reach out to for anything unit related. For upcoming events, I have it in here. The 3rd today is our Zoom session. The 10th, of course, is our packaging event. And then we will continue on the next 2 months with Zoom sessions all the way through the first Saturday of the month, the 7th, and then the 5th at our regular scheduled time. And again, I will attempt to change this as soon as COVID restrictions change. It's really depending on where you're at in the state. I know it's a moving target. I just wanted to give everyone an update right now. We're going to continue with Zoom sessions, but as soon as we can get together as a group and I can actually get 50 plus authorization in Aurora, then we will shift to an on-site meeting there at the Charlie Troop Armory. All right. Last thing, and then I'm going to answer any questions that we have here. So our points of contact here, no change to this. The only one I wanted to point out to you was our FRG points of contact. There may be an FRG leader that's actually a little bit closer to you. And again, if you wanted to donate items at a local armory, let's say you're from downstate a little bit and Pontiac's the closer armory. If you were interested in that, I have a point of contact on here for Alpha Troop, which is in Pontiac, and Miss Brianna Leak could support you in that event. So I wanted to point out that there are other folks. Miss Baird, of course, covers down in Aurora. We've got Miss Grab, who covers down in the Kiwanee unit. We've got Miss Leak for Alpha Troop, Miss Long for Bravo Troop, and then, of course, Miss Baird for Charlie. And your FRG leader, we're all working together for the same thing, right? We want a big push of support for our troops downrange. I just wanted to give you a local point of contact as well. So we are at 20 minutes. Great presentation so far. I'm going to pause here and open it up for any type of questions that we have, specifically questions regarding the upcoming Support Our Troops event next Saturday. Any questions from the group?
Mike, I did get a few questions from some family members about shipping packages on their own to family members. And the main concern was the timeline that it takes to get there. And I don't know if there's any other way to do shipping. I don't believe there is, but I think you pretty much have to do it straight through the regular US Postal Service. And I think it's always going to take around 2 to 3 weeks to get there.
That's right. I would recommend your standard flat rate shipping boxes. And they're actually going to be a little bit smaller than the ones that you see on my screen. But yes, that is the preferred way. And your troop, yes.
Actually, I just sent something. I sent something twice. The first time was 10 days. The second day was 1 week.
Oh, that's
nice.
great.
It just got there. So they've been doing really good.
Was that the U.S. Postal Service flat rate boxes?
Yes.
Excellent.
Yes.
Okay.
That's good.
So,
we had the same experience. We just sent some mail and it made it there in 10 days, you said? 9 days? 9 days.
Okay.
Awesome.
So, yeah.
Well, that's great. I was planning on the 2 to 3 week horizon, just because sometimes that's how it goes. But if it's getting there sooner, that's great.
Okay, good.
All right. I want to check the chat as well. So please stand by with me. Any other questions from the group? Gotcha, Miss Mix. 10 days flat box. Very good. Cool. No questions or comments. I see a toddler in my lower right-hand corner that is just bobbing around. I love it. That's our youngest FRG member for sure. That's great. Good. So I don't have anything in the chat, and I'll kick it over to Miss Baird. Any closing comments, anything you want to add before we close today?
I just look forward to meeting some of the family members next weekend. So I'm pretty excited about this packing event, and I hope it goes really well. And I hope that, in plans for the upcoming next one, hopefully for, Christmas time will be even better. And if with lifting of the COVID, we can have more people to come and help. And again, I just want to put it out there that we really, really appreciate that generous donation from the Kraus family.
Right on. I completely agree. All right. Thank you, Miss Baird. And if there's nothing else from the group, I'm going to close the call. Of course, as always, I'm going to hang out. So if anyone has anything specifically you'd like to address, I'll be the last one to log off. But I'll leave on this note. And it's if you share this or if you have any questions, of course, the FRG email is the way to go. If you're interested or you know someone that's interested for next weekend and you want to try to get in, just send that email and we'll facilitate and get those folks invited. So nothing further from me. I appreciate everyone's time this morning and have a great weekend.
All right. Bye, everybody. Thank you.